Welcome to Comic Power. I am your host, Comic Killer 72. Today we're doing a new segment called the Quick Flip. In comic book investing terminology, the quick flip normally means you have something for a very short period of time that you sell for a profit and had no intention of holding it for the long term. At my channel, I'm going to incorporate the phrase quick flip and make it mean real down and dirty, real fast information about this channel and other comic book news, and always under 7 minutes. And we'll cover a lot of different topics in a short period of time. Okay, now that you understand, let's go ahead and get right into it. First up is the million-dollar question. Will Hugh Jackman continue to play Wolverine now that Disney is buying out Fox? What we've heard from him lately is that he's retiring the character. He's been playing it for 17 years. He's getting older, it's getting really taxing on his body, and he wants to play some other type of things. However, we did get a gift of some inside information from an MCU actor. That's Sebastian Stan, the actor that plays the Winter Soldier. He was on a panel with Hugh Jackman recently, and he asked him point blank, "Are you going to play Wolverine in the MCU?" And he says that Hugh told him some information that if he told it would get him in trouble. Actors can't talk about what the studios are about to do before the studios announce it, or it could breach their contract and have them dropped. So Sebastian isn't a dummy by saying what he said, but it's a very good indicator that Hugh is at least listening to possibly Disney wanting him to come over. And fans definitely want to see this. For example, we want to see Hugh Jackman lace up with the yellow outfit that Wolverine wore back in the comics, which has been teased, but we never really got that. Of course, a Wolverine Hulk battle. Man, that would be awesome. But the merger between Disney and Fox is probably going to take about 18 months to 2 years, so we'll have to be patient on this. I'll keep you posted. Now, without any further ado, next up is the speculation pick of the week. And that's going to be Versus #1 from IMHO Comics. And it's a new comic series about one of my favorite genres, dystopian. What's going on in this new series is that it's the future where war has become a spectator sport and privately owned funded armies are the super soldiers that march into battle for fame, profit, and the glory of sponsor nations. Our protagonist is a man named Sada Flynn, and he's the biggest guy in this game. However, his limelight is going to get taken by some new generation of warriors coming in. Remember when Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback of the Patriots? Well, here comes Tom Brady to come take your job. The analogies in this book appear to be just like sports, so the connection is there. Think about it. CNN gets its highest ratings when there's war and they can show you the destruction. The highest rated sports league is the NFL, and they show you plenty of destruction as well. So it only makes sense that these two different disciplines would merge together. And this title seems to be merging those two ideas together. The advanced artwork looks crazy good. The premise is solid. I can't wait for this to come out. I advise you to get your LCS to hold this as well and pick it up, or you're going to regret passing on this and have to overpay for it later. The runner-up is going to be X-Men Red #1 from Marvel Comics. The real Jean Grey is back, and she's returned to a world that doesn't recognize her. She's going to lead a splinter team of Nightcrawler, Namor, and Laura Kinney, aka the new Wolverine. This book is going to ship with 10 different covers, and Marvel is giving it a big push. Of all the covers, the one getting the most look from speculators is going to be this Young Guns variant with X-23 on the cover. In its current continuity, she is the Wolverine, and her popularity just keeps on growing. Don't overpay for this though. I think it's a literal quick flip if you get in cheap. Next up, let's move over to television, and ABC is quietly canceling the Inhumans television show. I don't think we're going to miss it. It's Marvel's first flop in terms of live action in TV or movies since Marvel started the MCU in 2008. The Inhumans was originally announced as a movie, and then it got downgraded to a television show, and they didn't put the money and the time and the energy into this. The CGI on Medusa's hair looked awful, but Marvel can't say they were not warned. When they showed the footage at SDCC, people literally laughed at it. They should have shelved it and never shown it in the first place. To me, the Inhumans are supporting characters. They should pop up in Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor or something like that, but not as lead characters to me. To me, it looks like Marvel was trying to get a replacement for the X-Men because they didn't have the movie rights to them, but they did have the Inhumans, which were kind of similar. Now that Disney is buying out Fox, Marvel gets the X-Men back by default, so they don't need to push the Inhumans like that anymore. And let them be the supporting characters they're supposed to be, not leads, in terms of live action in the movies. Speaking of comic book television, the show Black Lightning has made its debut a couple of weeks ago, and it's done exceptionally well. I was very critical of DC trying to make a television show out of this character. I thought it was a Me Too type of thing after DC seeing the success of Luke Cage. They're very similar characters when you think about it in terms of being a street level black superhero. Luke Cage is a black man who secretly had superpowers, who got fed up with organized crime in his neighborhood and decides to clean it up. Black Lightning is a black man who secretly had superpowers, who got fed up with organized crime in his neighborhood and decides to clean it up. It's literally the exact same thing almost. I was critical of DC for doing virtually nothing with the character for 40 years, and now they're deciding to give him a TV show. I was also very critical of the network with them choosing the CW. The lead character is played by Cress Williams, who's in his 40s, and the CW appeals to people that's in their teens, so I don't see how their audience could connect to the character. The workaround was to give prominent roles to his daughters, which was smart. One of his daughters is played by China Ann McClain, who's 19 years old. I don't have any images of her in costume, but this pic of her recognizing her powers for the first time is pretty cool. But the scene stealer is the 28-year-old actress Nafessa Williams, who plays the other daughter, who is downright gorgeous. Here's a promotional picture of her that has nothing to do with Black Lightning. Let's just say she has very good genetics. Here's a picture of her in full costume for the show as well. But what you really want was that picture of her on the couch again, so here it is. I wasn't looking forward to the show, but the execution of it has been very good. The CGI has been great. If you still want to see the video of me bashing it in advance, I'll put a link in the comment section. In other comic book movie news, DMG Entertainment has bought out Valiant Comics. It's the home of such characters such as Bloodshot, Exo Men of War, Ninjak, and others. In 2014, Valiant had brokered a deal with DMG to finance them in making movies about their characters through Sony Pictures. DMG had owned 57% of Valiant, but now they own 100% of it. The company was founded by American and Chinese partners. Some of the credits are producing Looper in 2012 and Iron Man 3 in 2013. DMG immediately fired the CEO of Valiant, whose name I can't pronounce, shown right here. To save face, they listed him as a consultant now. The question is, when are the Valiant movies gonna come out? DMG is saying that Bloodshot's gonna be the first movie in 2019, and they're in talks for Vin Diesel to play the lead character of Bloodshot. Tell me what you think about that. You know the drill. Subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and share it on social media so others can learn about comic power. Once again, thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. It only gets better from here.